Hi, I'm Stephanie. This is Intelligent Luxury. Michael Jordan steakhouses are in the states of Illinois, Connecticut, and Washington. The steakhouse is in Illinois. The steakhouse in Illinois, pardon me, is not in a casino. On my website, intelligentluxurymagazine.com, there are links to Mr. Michael Jordan's restaurants, websites, and links to Mr. Bob Johnson's Mercedes-Benz automobile dealership and other businesses. Michael Jordan owns a golf course named Grove 23. The membership is by invitation only. The U.S. Food Chef Store on 3304 Eastway Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina is for chefs. So it's for restaurant owners and chefs. Oh, Lord. So I don't have any producers, just me. It's just me. It's just me and a cell phone. So then we have the new Mercedes-Benz S-Class reaches new levels of intelligence and improves the overall driving experience. A digital innovation such as the Mercedes-Benz user experience MBUX include new features that make driving even more enjoyable and safer. The major innovations in detail are like rear airbag available with the executive rear seat package, and then you have the rear axle steering. Also, you have the pre-safe impulse side. Further information about Mercedes-Benz is available on mercedes-benz.com. All in NYC Public Art Edition showcases dozens of free public art programs across the city for New Yorkers now and eventually visitors to safely explore this summer and beyond. With some artworks already in view, and others to be made available over the next year, the 5 borough public works of art can be found at nycgo.com/public art. So that's nycgo/public art. Right now, everyone is waiting for the House Judiciary Committee to talk with Mr. Bezos and other tech CEOs about online competition. So you have other CEOs, like Facebook CEO and Apple CEO. So Facebook CEO and Apple CEO. So New York City is home to a vibrant arts and cultural community rooted deeply in its commitment to create and inspire, said Thelma Miss Golden, director and chief curator of the Studio Museum in Harlem and co-chair of the Coalition for NYC Hospitality and Tourism Recovery. As we begin to heal from this pandemic, I believe being able to access these important and significant public art projects will bring New Yorkers a sense of global exploration around the 5 boroughs. I'm proud of the Studio Museum in Harlem, Miss Golden stated, is part of this project, along with so many other incredible New York City institutions. So Mr. Weinberg, the Alice Pratt Brown director of the Whitney Museum of American Art and the member of the Coalition for the NYC Hospitality and Tourism Recovery, stated that he was honored to join his colleagues at dozens of New York. So he said, I am honored to join my colleagues at dozens of New York cultural institutions and organizations who are coming together at one of the most important moments in our city's history to bring the healing power of art to all New Yorkers, said Mr. Weinberg, the Alice Pratt Brown director of the Whitney Museum of American Art and a member of the Coalition for NYC Hospitality and Tourism Recovery. From the Black Lives Matter murals painted on iconic city streets to David Hammond's Days End installation on the Hudson River waterfront, art knows no boundaries. As the 5 boroughs begin the recovery process, All in NYC Public Art Edition will bring together these accessible works of art free to the public. Please visit metmuseum.org for more information. today I'm wearing Cupia. So I'm wearing a beautiful Cupia tank top, sleeveless shirt, and leggings with beautiful Walmart sandals. They have shells, little shells on the flip flops. They're not really sandals, they're flip flops. So I would show them to you, but I'm not. And then let's talk about what the president's plans to do today. So I believe that he was on the way to Texas to participate in a tour to Double Eagle Energy oil rig. And then the president will deliver remarks on restoring energy dominance in the Permian Basin and signs presidential permits. The vice president is going to visit the Thales Academy 4th grade class today in North Carolina. And then the vice president and second lady, they attended the lying estate of Representative John Lewis. Yesterday, Governor Andrew Cuomo, or this week, announced the preservation of over 5,000 acres in the Taconic Mountains. The preserved areas include recent state acquisition of about 2,000 acres adjoining the Taconic Ridge State Forest, and acres being added to the Berlin State Forest through a partnership with the Conservation Fund, including access to the Taconic Crest Trail. Governor Andrew Cuomo said, getting outside and enjoying the nature has been one of the few pleasures for many New Yorkers during these challenging times, and with the continued expansion of preservation, we are providing even more opportunity for recreation while ensuring that critical open spaces are protected, Governor Cuomo said. The Taconic Ridge provides stunning, sweeping views of the richer environment, and thanks to our preservation efforts, it will be a destination for New Yorkers for generations to come. The purchases also protect tributaries of the Little Hoosick River. In Southampton, on the island of Long Island, the Rogers Mansion is now open for tours. If you would like to go see the Rogers Mansion and tour the current exhibit, High Style in the Gilded Age, please call 631-283-2494 to book your appointment. It's a local museum, for us New Yorkers. We're able to go. Be good. The U.S. Census Bureau announced that it will begin emailing households in low responding areas to encourage them to respond to the 2020 census. So if you desire more information about MUSA and its products, it can be found at the MUSA.com or Mercedes-Benz.com, goldmansachs.com. Kobe Bryant promotes Art of Sport. And Target, I saw it in Target. It was great display in Target. Great product organization is not what I wanted to say. So I really wanted to say it was a great Target. The new Targets have a whole section dedicated to men's healthcare products. It makes me think of this really quiet guy who has men's products. I don't know where his men's product. I don't know the name of it. Maybe if I see him, he'll give it to me. Probably not. Body Armor is Kobe Bryant promotes the Body Armor, the sports ring, and the Vuitton series. So now, Temple University is my alma mater. We have the University of Pennsylvania, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Harvard University, Union Square Hospitality Group, Corner Store Hospitality Group. Remember, I'm not really engaged. This is just a promotion about can you be engaged to a married person? Can you? It's a promotion, people. I'm promoting like Kobe Bryant's products. You understand what I'm saying? It's a promotion. You gotta think about it. I don't really know. I never met Kobe Bryant. I met Derek Jeter once, twice, and I promote his products for search engine optimization. That's it. All right. So then we have Igoman Jewelers in Washington, D.C. So then, his sister did call me. What? Why would she call me? I don't know his sister stuff. It's really, people shouldn't pressure people to talk about personal things. So Lehigh Valley Hospital And Cedar Crest has been recognized as the #1 hospital in Lehigh Valley for 2021 by the U.S. News and World Report. This is the 7th straight year LVH Cedar Crest has been ranked #1 by the magazine, which has also recognized the hospital nationally among America's best hospitals in various medical specialties 23 times since 1996. Just to reiterate, I don't know Derek Jeter's sister. So the Consumer Technology Association is reimagining how to connect exhibitors, customers, to leaders and media from around the world while prioritizing health and safety. Today, we're excited to announce that the CES 2021 will be an all-digital experience. I hope they let people there. I want to see all the I like home electronics. That's things that I need. I need a cell phone. I need a printer. I need a portable printer that prints. They have those. I have a smart TV here, and I found the remote. So it was hidden from me. I never use it. So I'll show. I think I can show. I think I found the remote. I don't think I found the remote, actually. I think someone broke it, but it wasn't me. Sorry if it broke. It's alright. But it's a smart TV. You can go on the web, so it's great. Everyone has smart televisions. Oh, today I watched today I read or I voted for the designs for the reimagined Brooklyn Bridge. So the Brooklyn Bridge is a great bridge designed in the past, and I just like looking at the bridges and walking on bridges. I love water, and that's why I like going on bridges. So maybe I'll talk to some people that won't sue me. So don't force me to say your name just to sue me. I'm getting around to interviewing people. I could interview people on my cell phone when I get some cosmetics, when I get some more cosmetics. This is so amazing. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences sent me this information. So, Mr. David Rubin, casting director, he was re-elected the president of the Academy of Motion Pictures and Arts and Science today by the Board of Governors. And he casted different movies. So I'll tell you, if you Google him, he has more than 100 film television credits and has cast such features such as The English Patient. So that's interesting. 70 Mulberry Street update. So let me talk about this New York Conservancy. Let me talk about the Brooklyn Bridge. I have the link. So right now my blog is not updating, and the guy told me to switch to their blog, but the blog doesn't let me upload my past blog posts. So I'm like, dude, I was on the chat. I said, dude, I need my posts, dude. He was probably new, so let's pray for that guy. Dude. So I was like, so if you go to the website nylandmarks.org, you can look at Reimagining the Bridge, and you can look at the reimagined bridge designs by young adults and adults. And they have different designs, but if you go there, where can you? So donate, become a member. You have to sign on to be, I think you can click on Reimagining the Brooklyn Bridge. It was in an email, so I'm kind of like, so if you go to vanallen.org/project/reimagining-brooklyn-bridge, that's where you can vote. So I'm going to place that link on my website. I'm going to make an area so I can quickly update text. which is on my blog. It's just a little easier to go on Blogger. My blog. So I actually updated my website now. I put a picture of my parents on there, and Michael Jordan. Imagine, thank you, Michael Jordan, and thank you, Michael Jordan, for letting me use his name. It's great for SEO. This gets really competitive, huh? So, I'm gonna have to get competitive. So a lot of women love going to the game. Oh, that's a nice hat, a nice fishing hat. Inside MJ's $100 million pledge. Oh, I'm laughing. Oh, it's okay. I think I accidentally became a millionaire. Just accidentally. I didn't accidentally. Oh, so this is great, y'all. One of the designs has areas for sit, bicycles. One design has bicycle paths. Others has sports courts like basketball, movies. So you can watch a screen. There's a movie screen there. So let me post this. Do y'all like Google Scholar? I was looking for my papers on Google Scholar. I don't know if they put like undergraduate's papers on Scholar. I think they only put graduate papers. It's really interesting to read some people's research papers on, like I Googled the Hudson River and went to Google Scholar. I know back in the day we had to go to the library and we had what do you call it? Not Westlaw or Nexus. That's for court cases. We have ProQuest, and ProQuest has had a lot of articles. Was it ProQuest? Maybe that was at a library. Whatever we had at Temple, we used to look up old papers to quote in your research papers, as well as the books in the library. So let's see here. I'm updating this on my blog, and you can link to my blog. Oh God, who knew someone would rape you to distract you from money that they can earn without rape? Just going to the library. Everything that I learned at the library or at school. So, and there are textbooks at the bookstore. If you went to a college, you can order usually textbooks from your college class. I was watching Michael Steele. I say I was watching. Sometimes I speak in my own language here. I was watching Michael Steele on MSNBC today, and I was like, did he graduate from Morgan State? I saw his degrees on the Morgan State, Johns Hopkins. I always say John Hopkins. It's Johns Hopkins. So I was on this I'm on this website right now, actually, thinking about what graduate schools. They have a business school, school of education, a Whiting School of Engineering, School of Medicine, and I'm studying for my MCAT right now. And I'm studying for the MCAT just about public health, especially about the health, just about health, to write about health and to improve my own health. I said, wouldn't it be good to study health? Wouldn't it be good? So I love going to the parks. Do you know those people will prevent you from going to parks just so that they can get a parks contract? But I love going to the park every day, walking. Sometimes I have to go alone, but it's fine if it's in an open area near the entrance or near some type of volunteer security would be great at public parks, wouldn't it? Maybe students can volunteer at the park just so you can walk the path if you don't have people willing to walk the path with you. They have a Bloomingdale School of Public Health. I thought about that with First Lady Michelle Obama. I said, wow, public health. I always wanted to study law, but now I want to study law and public health. The healthcare of people who work for hospitals is important, especially if you go to a lot of hospitals like New York. In New York City, a lot of minorities work in these hospitals, and they don't have 100% healthcare. A lot of them, or if it was some racist sick joke of humor, not to give people full healthcare and their families, single mothers and their children, as retaliation of reporting of about past crimes. So the prisoners, or the criminals, always complain. Well, when do we not be when can we not talk about our crime? How about when the person is actually permitted to be treated for their crime, treated for their illness or scars gathered by crime? So let's not talk about crime. It's not a crime show. The real crime, I think, is not giving people health insurance and health, at least free healthcare with the physicians that work at the hospital. I mean, that's just basic. That's just a basic thing, right? If you work at a hospital, why can't you see a physician that works at the hospital for free? I think that's really a big issue. But correct me if, so I'm posting this on Blogger. Let me make sure I have the correct name. I keep confusing. I'm old. Hello to nothing. Sorry, my father has a program to help me background check people's websites before I go on the website. I think this tablet is great. Let me tell you, this Safari tablet. So, Mr. Rep Jordan, coincidentally, Mr. Rep Jordan of Ohio is speaking, and they're waiting for the tech CEOs on online competition. So I really like Amazon. I started using Amazon actually as a e-commerce application, and it's very easy to go online and use Amazon as an e-commerce application, and they let you promote other people's products, and you can earn commission if you are registered. I'm sure they conduct background checks when you register. But then, as I started to use it, they have different types of book publishing software where you can have a book published. You may have to pay. They may have offered it to me for free. I don't know, but it may be for free. Some things on Amazon where you can publish your own ebook. So, and then that's when I realized someone did something. So I'm still editing that book. But, I'm just showing you people what it's like to have time to edit. Who has time to edit? An editor? An editor has time to edit. I know, right? I'm used to I just laugh. The New York landmark conservancy. I have to hire. At some point, we have to hire somebody to help me edit. Like, how do you edit an editor that edits your work? Is it your work? How do you credit? Do you pay them extra to edit? Just questions. I know the answer. Just questions. So I might need an editor. My mouse is me and this computer not. This computer is an older computer, and I'm thankful to have a computer. It's not working very well today or this week, and now the part where the mouse is connected to it is breaking. And now I'm using my mother's mouse. I think it's the computer and not the mouse itself. And I threw out the other mouse. Wasn't that sad? It'd be nice if people send me press releases, from historical societies. That would be nice. That way I would know that they want publicity. Be nice. Because I do read the page, and some publicists just say, why even write a press release? Just go to the website and write about whatever you want. That could be the case. So I have Nye from Black and White here that I'm rereading. Let me move this. Whew. I love this shirt. Isn't this a beautiful shirt? It's beautiful. I was standing, but I don't have any place to put the camera, and the computer is very loud. Let me write. It's great to watch this on closed captions. You can read what's going on. At the hearing. So they're introducing the witnesses. Mr. Bezos, Mr. Jordan was just on. Mr. Jordan, he said, you made a unanimous consent request. Objection was heard, and those are the rules. So let's talk about Virginia. So it's really weird. It's if you go to EVA, you can register to get Virginia's business opportunities. So I started my own marketing company in order to promote marketing, different campaigns of different states. So I'm going to apply to that. And you can apply online. There are also, sometimes this is really interesting. So let me get the correct spelling of this group, because I always want to say the New York National Space Historical Society. No apostrophe. I think I just need a bigger screen. It's false. I do like a 17-inch laptop. Other people can have smaller laptops, that's fine. I can't wait to go to the Brooklyn Bridge. Remember there was a waterfall near the Brooklyn Bridge? Remember that art project? That was a great art. I saw that when I was working for CBS Radio. It was beautiful. Y'all can probably find out. They should show that again, huh? They should show that again on CBS. Sometimes I watch the 11 o'clock news, sometimes I watch the 5 o'clock news, but now they come on at 9. Maurice and the other lady. And the lady, not other lady, he's not a lady. It's called Reimagining. Oh, this is so interesting. It's so... People who talk about sex a lot, that's like so not romantic to me. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be creative when you talk about sex. That's what I think. Creative, romantic, not vulgar or too pornographic. Reimagining Brooklyn Bridge. No, that's alright. That's how we talk, kind of. We kind of edit a lot of things. A lot of people who are not, American Standard English, super grammar users. I like listening to people not butcher, excuse me, alter the English language sometimes. I think it's interesting how different cultures alter. As long as it's not a violent, pornographic alteration, I think that it's really interesting that if you travel around the world, you hear different types of English. Even here in New York, people talking one way, and then in another area they talk in a different way, especially in Brooklyn, Staten Island. When we go there and they talk, it's so much fun to hear them talk and use all these different words and sentences that we just live in New York State. We don't talk that way. I just think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. The black people in Brooklyn talk and use different words than black people in other counties in New York. I think it's so interesting, as long as it's not violent or pornographic. Oh God. They have a new, everything is moved. They have a new layout of this website. Everything is moved. So now I'm updating the website. The HTML code button is hidden. I'm like, help. I need somebody help. I usually start singing different words. I do it to practice. I want it to be DJ Steph shops in the suburbs. And I interned for a disc jockey. It was so funny. I interned for a disc jockey, so I can disc jockey with a record. 1 2 1 2 1 2. The link is up on my blog. New York Landmarks Conservancy rebuilding. Actually, I just want the headline just like that. I don't want the rebuilding now. And so reimagining Brooklyn Bridge. No problem. People think it's an ignorant slave language and want to. Oh, look at these artists. Redrawing and reimagining Brooklyn Bridge. You see, there's a bike lane, there's a wide walkway. Underneath, there's another, underneath the street, underneath the bridge's street, there's another place. They want a garden, and that's the Bridge X. I find that fascinating. And you can see that all on my website, IntelligentLuxuryMagazine.com's blog. They have benches. They're gonna have benches. That's one rendition. Really interesting. Oh, are they on Zoom? Yeah. Is Newsbreak. I'm actually watching on C-SPAN, so that's good. I was watching Mr. Claiborne discuss his book, and I don't know the title of the book. Might be at a meeting. If anybody can have some audio alert for my emails, it'd be great. And this doesn't display. They do display. Actually, my email should display. Did someone turn off this display? Did my father turn off the display? My father? Michael Jordan. Who is Michael Jordan? Why would Michael Jordan be my father? Yeah. No, he could be my father, but he probably isn't. I don't know. I apologize. Shut up. Yeah. Oh, the pool. I love when the pool tells me information. So the president is at a fundraiser close to the press. That's what the bull told me. This is wonderful. So every week, a different member of the press covers the pool for all the other reporters that are not able to follow the president around, which is interesting. He should like it. It seems like it's a lot of fun, like a fun job. Everyone's trying to make everyone, stay out of prison. The president is met by, who was he met by? Former Governor Rick Perry. I met him at the National Action Network, actually. Hello to him, very nice man. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor of Texas. Thank you, Poole, for this information. Someone from the HuffPost is on the pool, doing a really excellent job. The state chair of the Republican Party, Mr. Allen West, and a lot of candidates for the congressional district there in Texas. The Odessa High School head principal, and Permian High School head football coach, Permian High School football, and Odessa High School cheerleader. They all met the president. That's good. Or were there when he arrived in Texas. Let's talk about The Secret Dare to Dream. That looks interesting. Starring Katie Holmes and Josh Lucas. Believe Again, based on the groundbreaking best-selling book about the law of attraction by Miss Byrne. The Secret Dare to Dream follows Miranda Katie Holmes, a young widow, trying to make ends meet while raising her 3 children and dating her boyfriend, Jerry. Starring a guy named Jerry. Devastating a storm brings an enormous challenge, and a mysterious man, Bray, played by Josh Lucas, into Miranda's life. Bray reignites the family spirit, but unbeknownst to Miranda, also holds an important secret, one that will change everything. With its timeless message of hope, compassion, and gratitude, The Secret Dare to Dream is an inspiring and heartwarming film that shows how positive thoughts can transform our lives. I totally believe that positive thoughts can transform his life. Like, if you're ever kidnapped or sexually assaulted, you just keep praying that one day it will end. But I don't think talking about it after helps unless you're continuing to be sexually assaulted, which is the only reason why I continue to talk about it. And perhaps my mom too, so. So let's talk about, let me think. I read Aspire TV, and I read about, they have a lot of African American entrepreneurs featured on Aspire TV, Urban Film Festival, ABFF Film Festival, a lot of independent movies. I love that channel. And they have Sanai Applesauce. Sanai Applesauce at SANAIA applesauce.com. I like applesauce. So I was on that website, and that's interesting. We talked about the director, the president of the Academy. Then you have Austrian Airlines resume flight on June 15th. So I can't wait to go to Austria. It looks beautiful. If you look for Austrian music, you can see them playing Austrian music and singing on in the mountains in Austria. It looks beautiful. And then Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's talk about this Indy 500 and then Formula One. So we just talked about that. Dear Stephanie. Dear Stephanie. The Mrs. Fields location at the mall may still be for sale. It's at the Holyoke Mall. And the Holyoke Mall has a website, Holyoke, HOLYOKEMALL.com. Go to that mall and maybe contact Mrs. Fields Cookies, and they'll tell you how to be a franchisee. Remember to shop at Bloomingdale's, Free People, TJ Maxx, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom. Let me tell you about Nordstrom. Nordstrom, I have a couple of apparel. I say back to school. I didn't want to put a period there. I just wanted it. Sometimes I use the words to make art, and I don't put the punctuation exactly where it's supposed to be. Kind of like when you're in class and you're talking about your grammar, how hard it is for certain African American students who have a different sort of grammar, not vocabulary, but grammar, and they actually just how difficult it is to translate your own grammar to, if you have, translate your own African American grammar. If you're from the North, you have grandparents from the South, from another nation. I know, talking to the Haitian students, they speak Creole, French, and then they're learning an African American grammar from us, African American students, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting how hard it is to speak American Standard English sometimes. So when I speak American Standard English, I'm like, hello, I am Stephanie. Instead of saying, I'm Stephanie. I'm Stephanie. And you have all these accents that you have. So I think that that's all that I need to do. I'm just posing that. I'm not posing it. I'm just saying that as a topic to speak American Standard English. But then it's really angry. I get kind of angry when people, let's say, not my mother, because my mother speaks American Standard English at work, but at home we don't speak American Standard English, and especially the grammar. I pronounce words totally differently. We just talk differently. And even at school, then I had Caribbean roommates. I'm like, they talk differently too. So it's so interesting to study how people talk. And it's so much fun to hear different accents and different grammar when you're having fun, not when it's an emergency like 911. So you have to have patience with 911 operators. It's like, hello, I'm being assaulted. You have to try to be polite. Because sometimes they ask questions because they might not know who you are. You don't know if someone cut off, the phone line and connected it to their house and stuff. To avoid prosecution, not persecution. Persecution is different than prosecution. So it's all about practicing. So let's read today before I'm finished with this. I think we're 1 hour show today. That's good. So I like Biz Bash. Remember, this is a great event planner and magazine, and it discussed what to do in an emergency if you have an event. And I thought the best thing that they said was to reserve a indoor event space if you're going to have an outside space. So I think that's what I'm going to do if I have an outside book fair, never to compete with the Harlem Book Fair. Then I'd be able to reserve an indoor space to have the tables and people walk in with with some type of tickets they can either purchase or register for tickets and to have security guards. So I thought that was the best advice that I read in this business bash, is to reserve an indoor space if you're going to have an outside event. Or you can still have summer events inside and have an outdoor area for people to sit, read. I know at the book fair he has bands there, food. It's a very nice event. You can walk around, you can park in a parking garage. You can take the Metro North. You can take the bus to Harlem. Metro North, very clean, has bathrooms. And then the devil. The devil ain't on the Metro North, thank God. The devil ain't on the Metro North. So I like reading this, The Nation. And they have different information like disarming the police. Should the police have arms? If the criminals have arms, maybe the police should have arms. We'll talk to maybe British police about how they police without any arms, with any guns. They have arms, but they don't have guns. So remember to read The Nation. It's pretty interesting. Weekly, so weekly non-profit newsletter. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's not. How to meet the fund the police reality. I don't think I want that ever. I'm sure the article is a great article. I just don't think I want the police to fund it yet. I think. Let's read a little bit from so let's talk about this. He says, is it he? Oh, she. Let's not read that one. This is definitely a liberal publication. It's called Circus Maximus. Donald Trump is a master of political misdirection by Ms. Williams. I don't think anyone's a master of political. It's just, they're just doing things to kind of get you to read about, just get you to think. Can't agree with everything. I don't want to say that. So sometimes I like to read their other sections. Books and arts. So, the books and the arts. Ms. Hoover, Vanden Hoover. Ms. Vanden Hoover is the editorial director. So it was so interesting, Mr. The publisher emeritus, Mr. Navasky. I met him at Columbia University. And I read a book about if you want to go to a college, or even if you're not in college, they have a lot of events for college alumni if you don't live near the college where you attended. And if you ask them, they let you in with ID, so that's good. You usually have to register prior to, so I registered and attended different events at different colleges in the New York area. It lets you meet a lot of professors, you meet a lot of people. It usually says open to the public. So if the event says open to the public, then you go. So let me see. A Driving Force, the Past and Future of Latinx Voters by Mr. Morales. Mr. Morales is the author of Latinx, the New Force in American Politics and Culture, and Fantasy Island, Colonialism, Exploitation, and Betrayal of Puerto Rico. That's interesting. Let me read the first sentence. When considering debates about political formulations as nebulous yet as desperately crucial as the Latinx vote, it can be vexing to consider those Latinx who vote Republican. What about voting Republican? So that's Then they talk about the Hispanic Republican, the shaping of an American identity from Nixon to Trump, the rise of the Latino vote, a history by Mr. Fallon. It's really a lot of African Americans are Democrat, and a lot of people want people to switch. Excuse me, not switch. Want African Americans to be Republican, or this is America, and you can definitely vote for whomever you want. What if you grew up in an area where there are a lot of Republicans, and you know a lot of Republicans, and you're African American? Yet, I did not vote for. Did I vote for Trump? I probably did. But it doesn't mean that, I hate the guy. Here's the softball fields on the FDR, Great publication. That looks interesting. I'm going to read that article. I pray to be able to read that article. Remember Mississippi. So Mississippi has an official golf guide. So right now, a lot of people want to be near the Gulf of Mexico. And you can go to Pascagoula, Gautier, Ocean Springs, Biloxi, Gulfport, Pass Christian, Bay St. Louis, Waveland, and Burlington. Those are towns near the Gulf of Mexico in Mississippi. And they have golf tournaments at some. So that's definitely a great place to, they call it the coastal region, to have different golf courses. They have Shell Landing at shelllandinggolf.com. The Preserve Golf Club in Biloxi. Talk about Biloxi. They have, let me think. I'll tell you the luxury courses. Fallen Oak Golf Club. Telling you, whoever is watching that should be watching, and I didn't file a restraining order against. The Preserve Golf Club, the Fallen Oak Golf Club, the Diamond Head County Club, the Diamond County Club, Pine Course, and the Cardinal Course, and Diamond Head, and then you have the Shell Landing Golf Club, and you have the Wind Dance Country Club, the Canebrake Country Club, the Hadesburg Country Club, the Laurel Country Club, the Gulf Hills Golf Club, the Oaks Golf Club, and the Grand Bear Golf Course. It's great to go golfing. I want a membership to a local golf course here in the tri-state area, just to walk, even if I can't play, just to walk in a safe place. So let me tell you how I track the rivers. Did I show you all my list of rivers? I think I did. I have it in. This is the map. It has the Mississippi River in between, what state? Mississippi, Arkansas. Is it Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas? So that's the Mississippi River is between that area. You can see the map. I want to have a show about cartography because I like cartography, and it's so interesting. A lady at the library gave me a map. She purchased a map for me of a local town. And just beautiful maps that you can get at the library. So a lot of libraries, you can purchase things from the local historical society, like maps. It's great to have old maps and look at the old maps and drawing old maps. And then there's Wisconsin. There's a visitor's guide here to Wisconsin. State parks. And a lot of parks near the rivers. For example, Brunette Island State Park, framed by the Chippewa and Fisher Rivers in Wisconsin. And then Wisconsin also borders Lake Michigan. So you have Wisconsin to the north, then Chicago, then Gary, Indiana, which is right on the border of Lake Michigan, and then you have Michigan. If you drive up, you go to not I think maybe Lansing. Is Lansing? I might have Lansing incorrectly. There's another town that's on the Michigan border, and then you have to drive to Detroit, which is not really on the border of Lake. What is it, Erie? Not really on the border of Lake Erie. Detroit, kind of like there's a river that divides it, or a piece of land. A river. So that's interesting. Remember to order your official travel guide. They have a new one here. They have a new one. And then let's talk about Mississippi. So this is the new Mississippi. And they talk about Marty Stewart. And you can go to visitmississippi.org for more information about golf courses in Mississippi and bed and breakfasts. So ladies, try to be a member of a golf course to get exercise. Maybe they can put the exercise. Let's see what's going on in Mississippi. Didn't we just talk about Mississippi? Golf courses, bed and breakfasts, and great places to visit. Mississippi food, catfish, fried chicken, tamales, barbecue. I don't eat catfish, but barbecue, fried chicken. Then they have old favorites and worldly dishes, like the Aladdin Mediterranean Grill, the Maison de Lou, and the only Japanese steakhouse with sushi, and Lilo's Italian specialties. In Oklahoma, I think this book is so amazing. I keep it in plastic. It's false. I just think this book is amazing. And it's the Long Road to Liberty, Oklahoma's African American history and culture. And they also have a book about Native American history and culture in Oklahoma. And remember, this is the not African American woman on the cover of a bridal magazine is good. Let me show some people here. Let me show you where I worked. Show you some people that have beautiful wedding dresses. Oh, and beautiful diamonds. We have that here. We have Christopher Designs. Look at these beautiful dresses. I think I want to wear a dress similar to this dress. When I get married. Let's take a little break. Oh, this is fun reading. I really like these kitchen. So I like the wall. So I said, oh, that would be interesting to have that type of wall in my kitchen. So that's why I purchased this. I love magazines. And then I like donating them to the library after I read them, if I can. Usually I keep a lot of them. This is where I worked. Engage in One magazine. I wonder if I'm in this issue. I wish you would send me a PDF of all the magazines. A lot of people ask me for copies. All the Mocha Magani designers. I know it shows differently backwards when y'all see the words, huh? She's a nice lady. She's really nice. Oh, you're still European, right? You know how African Americans, we say someone's black if they're really nice. Like, oh, she's black. I thought white people are nice. I don't know why we say it. So if you're trying to like, oh, you're like a black person. All y'all down at Hannah Laura's in Virginia, thank you. I miss talking to y'all. Oh wow. I haven't stopped in for a while, huh? I have to stop in. Stewart. Paul Stewart. Isn't he? I'm great. He's stylish. Stylish Stewart. Oh no, I'm missing. I was just on Vache's website the other day. I know we're all busy, right? Sometimes I call her my boss. She's not my boss anymore, so that's bad. I say, oh, you mean my boss? Thank you for keeping my articles on the website. I need to show them. What if I get robbed or something? I don't have any space for this. Hello, Peter. Hi, Peter and his wife. So this is the end of this show. Hey y'all, Christian Bauer. At Mavona. At Etienne. Hey, Etienne and his son. And to Corey, his son and daughter and wife. These are older rings, y'all. These are old rings. They might not have these rings, but they can design rings for you. I don't one of these. It doesn't matter. See what I'm saying? My boss let me write about in one of these magazines all the people that I met. My boss is a twin. It's so funny. My friend. Hey, Sade. And her husband. Oh, their wedding was fun, fun, fun. Her wedding was really fun. And Mr. Met was there. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't the real Mr. Met. It was someone who dressed heavy. I had Revy on the other day. At Jared together. What did I write about now? That's fun. Oh, sure. That's fun. Oh no. Oh God. Get police protection, please. Get police. See the articles I wrote? I wrote about colored carrots, that Valencia, rent-a-bling, protection or protect nail polish. That should be. This is Ope. Ope. Hello, everyone. I go in my body. Tension. This ring is a tension ring. Oh, what else do I need to show? So, I think this magazine is great. I hope to have it. Maybe I can order a copy to be distributed like Poets and Writers. Poets and Writers sent me boxes of magazines. Great magazine. I tried to get a copy and the store didn't have any. And they have international... They have this Romanian dish here called... What is this? Sarmale, a Romanian dish that consists of cabbage leaves rolled around a savory filling. And they fill it with tomato sauce? Tomatoes? Rice? No, rice. Rice, pork, bread, dill, thyme. Oh, that's interesting. Y'all have to get this magazine. This is a great magazine. And let me hurry. I think I wanted to show... Sorry, y'all. Just... Everything looks very, very ridiculously low cut on me. So you have the wedding, Martha Stewart's weddings. This is the planner, annual planner. And I had a copy. I think couldn't find the newer copy. But we have Simone Biles. Take off that. And W. So W is one of my favorite luxury magazines. I was looking for Town and Country. I couldn't find that one. And I have the Gucci here. So you have Gucci in the ad. Look at this Gucci jacket. This denim jacket. My roommate had a jacket like this. My roommate. Look at this. This is Louis Vuitton, y'all. Louis Vuitton. Look at these hats. Look at that. And this, ooh, look at this Louis Vuitton purse. I need this purse. See that purse? I love reading it with a glass of wine, like Woodhouse, the official MLB wine. This is what I do all day. Isn't it great? Study journalism and all. You get to read, you get gifts. I don't even want to say gifts. You get magazines. Study. Bulgari. I love everyone at Bulgari. I met some of them, right? I met a lot of people. Get to meet people. Look at those shoes. Look at this. This is great. Adios. I have to read these magazines. I think I read that one. And the nuts. Do I have the special nuts? Thank you for watching. Michael Jordan and my mom sponsored this.